Diese Menschenansammlung am vergangenen Mittwoch im Kino Babylon kann nur eins bedeuten. Hollywood ist in Berlin. Son of the South feiert Deutschlandpremiere. Regisseur Barry Alexander Brown und sein Hauptdarsteller Lucas Still stellten die packende und hochaktuelle Verfilmung der wahren Geschichte eines weißen Amerikaners in den Südstaaten vor.
22. Juni 1961. Können Sie mir sagen, was Ihre frühesten Erinnerungen an Rassismus sind?
Du nimmst den Schläger und tust, was ich gehört.
Ich kann das nicht.
Das liegt dir im Blut. Hier gehörst du hin, junger Mann.
Der Kinofilm Son of the South, produziert von Spike Lee, ist eine wahre Geschichte über die US-Bürgerrechtsbewegung Anfang der 1960er Jahre, geschildert aus der Sicht eines Weißen. Sie basiert auf der Autobiografie der Hauptfigur. Bob Zellner wächst im tiefsten Süden des US-Bundesstaates Alabama auf, als Sohn eines methodistischen Pfarrers und als Enkel eines Führers des rassistischen Ku Klux Klan.
Versteckt, in denen sie alle gebissen haben.
Du weißt,
Seiner Familie und den weißen Südstaaten-Normen zum Trotz tritt er der afroamerikanischen Bürgerrechtsbewegung bei und kämpft gegen soziale Ungerechtigkeit, um die Welt um ihn herum zu verändern.
Ich dir versprechen. Ein paar dieser Jungs wollen dir wirklich wehtun, glaub mir. Jetzt bereust du es, nach Montgomery gekommen zu sein, stimmt's?
Welcome in Germany, willkommen in Deutschland.
Danke.
Oh my God, I'm going to hear later on why you speak good German. But now we're here to premiere Son of the South. How excited are you?
It's really exciting, and you know, Barry has been working on this, I think, for I might be wrong, but 20 years. I think he's known Bob for about 30 years, and it's nice because in the middle of everything that's going on in the world, to be able to have something like this, and it came out in America, and the people who've seen it liked it, but it's nice that it's getting an international release. So,
when you first read the script, what were you thinking?
Well, when I first read it, I thought I had to do this, but before I read it, I was like, I don't want any jobs right now, because on my show that I was working on at the time, I only got about 6 weeks, really 6 weeks of time where they can't touch me. And I was like, I just want a vacation. And then I read the script and I was like, I got to do this. So it worked out really well.
You were born in Georgia, and did you have to work on your accent more for this movie, or was it close by?
Exactly. It was close. That's a great way to describe it. It was close by. A lot of my family, it was really fun because there were moments, mostly I'm just trying to capture what is in Bob's book, what Barry wrote. He pulled from the book, and just knowing Bob. And then there's stuff that there's a couple moments where I got to sneak in things that my grandfather would say, or my dad, or stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, close by.
What do you think was the hardest part in the movie you were shooting?
We shot the Klan rally on Tuskegee University's campus, which is a historically black campus. So It's like, that was interesting, because I could see a couple of people go, "What are you guys?" And then someone would no, they're shooting a movie. You know, it was pretty visceral when you're saying those things in a place. It just, none of it felt right, you know. So I think that was the hardest part for sure.
Was it your first biological role you played?
Yeah, it was.
How was that?
Yeah. Going into it, it was pretty nerve-wracking. Mm-hmm. When I first talked to Barry, it was a Skype call, and I said, I'm kind of nervous about the accent, and he was like, "Well, good, you should be." I was like, I was hoping for a little more maternal instincts there, but he was honest with me, and going in, playing someone who was real, and this means a lot, this moment in history. So yeah, I was nervous going in, but once we started, it really felt kind of right.
We're in the movie theater here in Berlin, and I saw lots of fans who are wearing X-Men and MacGyver shirts. How do you feel about that?
I mean, on one hand, I want to say that's not why we're here tonight, and it isn't, but at the same time, maybe the reason that these people will come to see this movie is because of those exact reasons. So.
Yeah, they want to see you in a different way, maybe.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you show it, and it's a beautiful movie, Son of the South. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Vielen Dank.
Hier, ja. Der Drehbuchautor, Cutter und Regisseur des Films Barry Alexander Brown ist vor allem für seine Arbeit als Cutter mit Spike Lee bekannt, wie Malcolm X, Inside Man und den letztjährigen Black Klansman, für den er eine Oscar-Nominierung erhielt. Welcome in Germany.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yes, have you been in Germany before?
I've been to Berlin before, and
Long time ago?
not so long ago. Not so long ago. And I ruined a car near Munich once.
Oh, okay.
I blew an engine.
Okay, now it's gone, and now you're presenting your new movie, Son of the South. And it's the real story of Bob Zellner. And you knew him a long time. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I met Bob in the 80s. Not long after I made my very first film, The War at Home. And we're both from Alabama, and we met in New York, and just got along great right from the beginning. And so, yeah, you know, at that time, I would hear stories about the Civil Rights Movement and his participation in it, and they were just amazing stories. And it took me a long time to figure out how to tell that, how to take some part of that and make it into a movie.
Okay, when did you get a glance of his book?
Oh, when he was writing the book, I saw the book. As a matter of fact, there was at one point where I looked at the book, and there's a very important part in the book about freedom riders, the freedom riders coming to Montgomery, which is a scene in the movie, which is which had a huge impact on Bob himself. And that chapter on the freedom riders wasn't in the book. And I said, Bob, what happened to the freedom riders chapter? Because it's there. I said, Bob, it's not there. I mean, he had written it, but somehow in the whole layout of the book, it wasn't there. And so, no, it's in this book now. But yeah, I mean, so a lot of what I wrote was based upon what Bob told me over the years, and a little bit out of the book.
Okay, and then you wrote the script, and when was the time when Spike Lee said, okay, I'm going to produce it?
Well, you know, I told Spike right away that I was writing this script. And the first thing he said was, oh, no, you're doing the Great White Savior? Oh, I can't. I said, it's not. It's not. Just when I finished the script, you can read it. I showed the script to Spike right away. And, you know, and he liked it.
Okay.
And I asked him, you know, will you come on as an executive producer? And he said, yeah.
Okay, Son of the South is not an easy topic. How important is it nowadays to show such a movie like that?
Well, you know, it's a lot has changed since 1961 over the last 60 years, but not everything has changed, as we saw with the murder of George Floyd. You know, we still have to be active. We still have to be concerned about racism. We have to even, you know, look at our own prejudice, because we all have prejudice in some way or another. And so Son of the South, I think, is very relevant.
When did you cast Lucas Still?
You know, 6 weeks before going into production, I had no cast whatsoever. I had no cast. Everybody who had been in the cast had dropped out. And I still had not had anybody to play Bob. And in those 6 weeks, the most amazing cast came together. The most amazing cast.
Yes.
And the script finally got to Lucas, and he read it, and we talked right away. And he had this great response to it, just a wonderful response. And you know, he's from the South too. He's from Georgia, right next to Alabama.
My daughter is from Georgia. She was born in Atlanta. Okay, but never mind. And how important was it for you to shoot in original places? And did you show the movie in Montgomery, Alabama, everywhere in America?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the film has shown in Montgomery, and to great success, actually. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, and you know, a lot of the story takes place there. And I wanted to shoot in Montgomery. And I think there was a little bit of pushback by the producers you know, with the sense of what kind of talent is in Alabama. And I say, I'm from Alabama. You know? So, you know, there's talent there. And it was just great because, you know, there's a very important scene very early in the film at the First Baptist Church called the Brickaday Church. And the scene that took place originally was in that First Baptist Church. And there's a point where Rosa Parks stops Bob from leaving the church, getting them actually escaping through a back door. Exactly. And she says, you know, something really bad is going to happen right in front of you someday. And you're going to have to make a choice, because not choosing is a choice. And Rosa Parks said those words to the real Bob Zellner. The real Rosa Parks said those words to the real Bob Zellner in that doorway.
Die gebürtige Rheinländerin Nicole Ansari-Cox. Okay, Nicole Ansari-Cox, hier sitzt sie bei mir und wir sind hier bei der Son of the South Premiere. Wie excited oder wie froh bist du denn darüber?
Ja, das ist natürlich absolut großartig, dass wir hier auch in meinem Berliner Lieblingskino sind. Ja, der Film ist großartig und ich bin natürlich ja, einfach froh dabei zu sein.
Wie kam es dazu und erzähl mir ein bisschen über deine Rolle.
Ich spiele Professor Kleiner. Im echten Leben war das ein Mann. Also ich bin sehr froh, dass sie da was geändert haben.
Weißt du, warum die es geändert haben?
Weil der Regisseur gerne was machen wollte mit mir.
Okay, super.
Der Barry. Und der hatte mich gesehen im Theater, da habe ich Antigone gespielt und in New York. Und dann hat er gesagt, da finden wir schon was. Und dann wurde der Professor zur Professorin.
Wie sehr passt denn dieser Film in dieser heutigen Zeit?
Also das ist ja der Wahnsinn. Ne? Also der Film, es gibt mir jetzt wirklich Gänsehaut, wenn ich dran denke, wie heutig dieser Film ist. Also wie auch diese ganze Bewegung von Black Lives Matter und so. Das ist ein Aufwühlen. Und Sie werden sehen, also wenn Sie den Film sehen, der Film zieht einen nicht runter. Der Film ist ein Film, wo man danach rauskommt. So ging es mir und so ging es ganz vielen Menschen. Man möchte noch mehr tun. Man möchte noch mehr für die Gleichberechtigung tun. Das, finde ich, ist ein Riesenprädikat für mich, wenn ein Film etwas bewegen kann, wirklich bewegen kann, sodass Leute rausgehen und sagen, hey, ich muss mehr präsent sein. Ne?
Und was passiert jetzt? Jetzt geht es weiter.
Wir sind doch noch hier.
Irgendwann ist eine Grenze erreicht.
Bleib sofort stehen, hörst du?
Bring ihn um.
Es wird die Zeit kommen. Da wird etwas sehr Schlimmes passieren. Dann müssen Sie entscheiden, auf welcher Seite Sie stehen. Sich nicht zu entscheiden, ist eine Entscheidung.
Das spannende Rassismusdrama Son of the South, jetzt zu sehen in den Kinos.
Wir sind Ihnen diesbezüglich weit voraus.
Solltest du nicht gewaltfrei handeln?
Oh, damit kämpfe ich gerade, denn eigentlich will ich dich aus dem Auto zehren und verprügeln.
Und zum guten Schluss hört ihr noch Lucas' exzellentes Deutsch.
Hallo nach Deutschland, mein Name ist Lucas Still und ich spiele die Rolle von Bob Zellner in Son of the South. Wenn ihr erfahren wollt, wie gefährlich der Kampf gegen Rassismus damals war und wie wichtig es ist, sich auch heute noch für die Rechte von Menschen stark zu machen, dann schaut unseren Film. Son of the South kommt bald in die deutschen Kinos und ich würde mich freuen, wenn ihr ihn anschaut. Danke und bis bald.
Wir sind Ihnen diesbezüglich weit voraus.